So for storing and for charging the iPods, we've kind of had to do some trial and error, again, to be really, really organized. We want to make sure that they're accessible to the staff, that the staff know where they are, where they're being charged, and then they can go and just grab them right away. Everybody's so busy, I want to make sure that the iPods are being used. So for some residents, we store them in the rooms. For some homes that might not be possible, but you have to make sure that the staff do know where they are, that they can easily be grabbed and just used for the resident. So for charging, some residents, we use them for the evening time. They like their music down, you know, to kind of go down to sleep a little bit. But for some residents, they like them more in the morning or at meal times. So for sundowning, it's a big thing for people who have dementia. They get more agitated in the evening time. Therefore, we might charge that person's iPod in the morning. So we kind of get into a little bit of a routine, and it's the staff needs to get to know the resident, get to know what their preferences are, and then we kind of gauge that accordingly. So we have staff who have different knowledge levels and different abilities as far as technology goes. So the reason for me, I leave the chargers in the room, usually plugged in, just to make sure that staff know to take the iPod off and charge it there. So I leave the chargers in the room. That's kind of a good tip that I've sort of found to be working, just to make sure that it's actually being utilized and used. And if it's right there, if they can see it, then it'll remind them too, okay, so I can just put this on really easily. Ongoing, I need feedback from the staff. So I'll go around and say, oh, for Mrs. X, how's that going? How's the iPod working? And some of the staff will let me know, oh, I haven't tried it. So I will make sure that the iPod goes on, and I'll kind of talk to staff about keeping it charged. What I did for some of the residents is I printed out a little sheet, and I kind of stuck it on the wall of the residence room, just letting staff know, can you please charge this at the evening time? That was kind of a good tool to sort of let the care aides, especially in the evening time, know that there's an iPod, and if we could kind of put it back. Now, it did take a few months of kind of getting used to this, but now I go into the rooms and I see that it is charged. So it does take some time, it does take some getting used to from all the team members. So it's a team process. Maybe I'll put the iPod on, but we want to keep it for that person in the evening time. They have some sundowning and they're going to use it till 8 p.m. So I have to hand that responsibility over to a care aide. So we do need to kind of work together. I think it is a really daunting task at first, right? The care aides and the PSWs, well, this is going to be a big extra task for me. This is going to be a lot of extra work for me. So I think that when we work together and I give them those instructions in a little sheet, they can see that it's really not that much work.